Hello, everyone. Welcome back out to CarSheild Field for our second game of the G.A.C. South Classic. Wednesday, April, what is it?
23rd.
Yes, it is. And we've got a good one here for you. Liberty Eagles taking on the Francis Howell Central Spartans. I think we got a good pitching matchup for you here today. We're going to start with our starting lineups. First for the visiting Howell Central Spartans, correct? Thank you. Leading off, number 6, Chase Radicke. In the 2-hole, number 1, Carter Radicke. In the 3-hole, Ethan Collison. In the 4-hole, Cooper DeManuel. In the 5-hole, the DH, Drew Weiss. In the 6-hole, Sam Mueller. In the 7-hole, Lucas Williams will be on the bump. And in the 8-hole, Jackson Elliott. In the 9-hole, Noah Gunner. And for the home team here, got to get back over here. Liberty Eagles leading off, number 2, Jacob Robinson. In the 2-hole, number 23, Mason Klein. In the 3-hole, number 11, Jake Greer. In the 4-hole, number 4, Easton Gain. In the 5-hole, number 1, Carson Scroggin. In the 6-hole, number 6, Ethan Griffith. In the 7-hole, number 24, Seeger Gibson. In the 8-hole, number 22, Ryan Dobratz. In the 9-hole, number 21, Davis Muth. Mitch, what do you think of this one?
Well, I'm going to pick my picks to click, whatever it's called, pick to click.
Dude,
I got to stop talking.
You're all messed up.
I shouldn't have had my chocolate. It's got my blood sugar up. The Radke boys. We've seen them for the last couple of years because they've obviously started as freshmen, I believe, for the Spartans, and them two now hitting at the top of the lineup. I think they hit 9-1 last year.
Yep.
Now they're in that 1-2, and seeing how they could be the table setters for Central. And I think you got your typical guys over here at Liberty and Jake Greer and Easton Gain for the Liberty Eagles. So I'm looking forward to another great ball game.
Let's set the defense here for the Liberty Eagles. On the bump, the aforementioned Ryan Dobratz, and behind the plate, Jake Greer. At first base, Easton Gain. At second base will be Mr. Griffith. There it is. Ethan Griffith. I'll spit it out here in a moment. At shortstop. Wow. There it is.
He does have his glasses on, folks.
Jackson Ryan at shortstop. There it is. Boy, Davis Muth at third base. I'm messing this up so bad. It's all right. It's a good thing it's live, Mitch.
Yeah.
Mason Klein is in left field. Carson Scroggin in center. And Mr. Seeger Gibson in right field. All right. I'm good. We're enough of that stuff.
Can we talk about the name?
You talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Is that because you need me?
Yes.
Right here?
Because I got to finish doing this. I messed something up.
Seeger Gibson. Is that not
Gibson.
Gibson.
It's a P, not a B.
Fine. Seeger Gibson. A rock star, a WWE wrestler, or a baseball player. He's got options. What a great name.
All right. Leading off, this one here is Chase Radicke.
They're not twins, correct?
Yes, they are twins.
They are twins.
Yes, they are twins. And that is strike one. And that is to the backstop off the bricks. Yeah, both these two here are just sophomores. They started as freshmen, And these two, they're tremendous athletes. Swing and a miss.
Chase was hitting leadoff, correct, last year?
I believe so.
And his brother was hitting kind of in that
In the
9
9
spot.
hole, yep.
Which, when that lineup turned over after that first inning, it was a pretty good 9-1-2 for Howell Central last year.
Yeah. Oh, smoked off the glove of the third baseman, Muth. That ball was hammered, Mitch.
Yeah, he's looking at his glove like, what happened? Definitely felt like he
catch it.
Yeah, he definitely felt like he should have.
I'm giving him a single on that one.
Yeah, he left his feet. I give him that. I'm not always that mean.
I love it. Okay. Carter Radke. Hey. Brian Kessler saying hello. So leadoff single. And strike one. Callison on deck. That's a pretty good 1-2-3 here, Mitch. And
Agree.
that ball is hit, and it's going to get in the seats. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Right? It is a good 1-2-3.
Well, you got, what, Coop in the DeManuel in the 4?
In the 4. Yep, and then Drew Weiss behind him.
Oh, he was trying to time it.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
He was trying to get himself that walking lead over there.
Lucas Williams, Noah Gunner. This is a pretty good hitting lineup.
Yeah, that's another baseball name, right? Noah Gunner.
Absolutely. And he's a third baseman. So.
Do you know a gunner? I like how the wordplay can happen. I was in the military.
3-2.
That was dumb. Sorry.
1 hop to the second baseman across. That's a nice turn, double play there for the middle infield, Ryan and Griffith. So the 4-6-3 double play, Mitch.
Yeah, it was easy. That's the pitcher's best friend, as you say, right?
That's correct. Ethan Collison now with the bases empty, swings at strike 1 and misses. I should have put that in there, right? Maybe. We'll have to get some scores here for too long, too, Mitch.
I've been looking, Brian, and we have zeros to start some of these games.
Board,
so
huh? Wednesday, second day of the conference. Late swing for Collison. 1 ball, 2 strikes. All using the nice fuchsia bat. Strike 3. So Dobrats gets the benefit of the double play. We're going to the bottom of the first inning. Score Howell Central 0. Liberty coming up. Level up with Legacy Performance Academy. When it comes to development, Legacy Sports and Fitness is all about training the whole athlete, on the field and off. Improve mobility, boost flexibility, prevent injuries, train explosive strength and functional movements, grow as an individual. Because we know a better athlete today becomes a greater player tomorrow. All right, let's set the defense for you for this Howell Central squad. On the bump is Lucas Williams. Behind the plate will be Owen Meyer. At first base, Sam Mueller. Second base will be Jackson Elliott. At shortstop is Carter. I had to make sure. Carter Radke. Noah Gunner at third. In right field, Chase Radicke. In center, Ethan Callison. And in left field is Cooper DeManuel. Our Howell Central defensive setup. I want to get to a player spotlight presented by CNB St. Louis Bank. Mr. Lucas Williams, Mitch. This young man has been pretty good so far this year. Not only on the mound, but he's swinging it. 471, 625, 559. He's got 13 runs scored. He's got 3 doubles, 7 RBIs. And then on the mound, Mr. Williams has 3 appearances. This is 4th, 2 starts. He's got 1 complete game. He's 2-0, a 1.95 ERA. Gotta love that. And the whip is a .91 and an OBA of .085.
Lucas Williams' Achilles heel is his walks.
Yep.
You know, that's how they're getting on base. He's only given up 4 hits in those 14 innings pitched.
That's it, man. So it be fun to watch this young man. Our player spotlight presented by CNB St. Louis Bank, banking for you. If you want a bank that answers when you call, a mortgage without mystery, or access to business capital without any surprises, visit one of CNB St. Louis's 6 area locations or online at cnbstl.com. Lefty line back up the middle by Jacob Robinson.
That didn't take long. That's how you come out.
Right?
Swinging.
Go ahead, swing it, young man.
I mean, there could be a reason why he's, getting on base 40% of the time and hitting over 300 for this club. Being aggressive early.
Mason Klein next. Takes ball 1.
Both the leadoff hitters have gotten on base for both clubs, and both of them have happy feet, trying to kind of get into that walking lead. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there, bud.
And the runner goes. Good jump. Oh, and the ball is into center field, and Robinson on his way to third. And
it hit him.
Yes, it did.
I will tell you, that hurts. When you slide on that baseball, because I think it got under his rib cage and on his belly. It does not hurt as bad as when you have the bat at home plate and you're going in and trying to slide feet first.
Yeah.
And you get on the shin and all of a sudden you hit that 33 and there goes your shin bone.
So a stolen base, and he gets to third on the throwing error by the catcher. And we have a runner in scoring position 90 feet away with nobody out. And 3 balls and no strikes. Oh, I'm sorry. Now it's 3 balls and 1 strike.
We have the same umpire behind the dish?
It is.
That's unfortunate. Not against the umpire, just that we don't have enough of them to filter in guys.
And that is lined into left field. And Liberty jumps out to a 1-0 lead here.
Look at the bat boy.
I love it.
The bat's bigger than he is. That's awesome.
RBI single. Brings up Jake Greer. Strike 1. Greer's having himself a pretty good season so far, Mitch.
Yeah, I was looking at their lineup, and he leads his team with a.
Boy, they are running like crazy. And on the lefty, And 2 stolen bases to start this game, Mitch.
Yeah, when you got that kind of speed in general, and you don't need plus speed, you just need to make sure. And they're getting walking leads, so he's not making the boys come set with their feet.
Right.
And so they're getting they're walking leads, and some of that's got to be on the first baseman to see that too. So you see happy feet, you tell them to step off, throw over, whatever the case may be. But typically when you have a lefty on the mound, you're like, first move, go. Just commit. And that's what they're doing here early. They've got quite a few steals on the season for Liberty.
That ball is popped into the air and is going to get into the seats. That's good hustle over there by Radke.
Yeah, first baseman too. And then what I liked about the base runner at second base, he went back to tag.
There you go.
Love that piece.
Fundamentals. Now, it was a lopsided win for Howell Central yesterday. So, Liberty doesn't want to come out and do that again today. One ball, 2 strikes to Greer. He's got big pop. This kid can hit it out of this ballpark, Mitch.
Oh yeah, he's got it. He's got 1 on the year, 13 ribbies, two triples, 4 doubles. So 7 extra base hits on a year. Oh, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Oh, they just punched him out?
They just punched him.
That's a bad call. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be mean to the officials, but
I felt like he heard the crowd say he did, so and that's what's supposed to happen on the defensive side, Definitely
Easton
didn't go.
No, Easton Gain at the plate now. Ball 1. That's what you would call unfortunate.
It happens.
Yep.
That's why the game is brutal sometimes.
One ball, 1 strike.
We're not doing anything.
Two balls and a strike.
I don't know. I'm not exactly sure why umpire keeps looking into the dugout. They're not doing anything other than cheering.
And that's the fans. It's not even the dugout. That's the kids up here.
Liberty's cheering.
Sure.
But he's telling the dugout to stop. I'm not sure why he's ear hustling in the dugout.
3 balls and 1 strike. Now, I will say there is an emphasis on the dugout conduct that was put out by Misha.
Yeah, I think it's fine because some of the goofy things that are happening.
I don't think they're they're loud, but I don't think they're over the top at all.
I didn't know it was against the rules to cheer for your own team.
No.
They're not picking on Howell Central's guys.
No, they're not.
They're not talking about the umpire.
Carson Scroggin at the plate now.
They're not making Mario sounds. They got
a big hack way outside there, Mitch. 1-1 for Scroggin.
Liberty got shellacked yesterday. They're probably wanting to come out and kind of change the tone because that's what Coach said to them, post game yesterday.
So out number 2 with the strikeout of Scroggin brings up Ethan Griffin. 1 run's already in. You got first and second. Curveball misses up.
After some early trouble, he has an opportunity to get out of this with what I would say limited damage.
Williams is throwing a lot of pitches here in this first inning, Mitch.
Yeah, the last three batters he's been locked in here.
2 balls and a strike. He did say he went on the swing. Runner goes, and no throw. Wow. I'm
all right.
surprised at that.
I always defer to the athlete. I might ask why, he didn't chuck it.
So 2nd and 3rd. Two and 2. Big spot. Can they tack on, or can Williams get him in the dugout? Curveball, just got a piece of it. That was a nice pitch. Griffith just able to spoil that.
Yeah, Mike's and I've been hooking up. Well, I brought a laptop today that I can hook up and play music, but
And that is strike 3. We're going to the top of the 2nd inning score. 1-0. Liberty.
At Legacy Performance Academy, we meet athletes where they are in their development, whether you're just starting out or already on the path to greatness. Legacy Sports and Fitness is the premier program for growth, with a full training field designed to help you sharpen every aspect of your game. Paired with our elite baseball programs, we've got the foundation for your success.
All right, folks, we got one more player spotlight of the pitchers here in Ryan Dobratz for Liberty, presented by C&B St. Louis Bank. Mr. Dobratz on the season. Mitch, he's been pitching pretty well for this squad. Swinging it pretty good, too. Dobratz is 2.93 ERA, 14 in the 3rd innings. He's 3-0, and this is his 4th appearance and his 4th start. So having a pretty good, pretty solid season. A 1.40 WHIP, a 173 OBA, opponent batting average. His walks equal his Ks, which is probably not what you want. And he's also swinging it pretty good here too. And Dobratz, well, he's hitting $158. So it's on the mound that he's getting it done, right?
Yeah, it's the one thing you have to make sure you match up with the right line when you're looking at some of these
Right.
numbers. But his whip's up because of his walks. If he can eliminate that, he's probably going to do well on the mound.
Cooper DeManuel at the plate. That is our player spotlight presented by C&B St. Louis Bank. And that's ball 1. Banking for you. If you want a bank that answers when you call, a mortgage without the mystery, or access to business capital without surprises, visit one of C&B St. Louis Bank's 6 area locations or online at cnbstl.com. As Cooper DeManuel hits a big league pop fly, caught by the shortstop, out number 1. Drew Weiss takes strike one.
Yesterday we were talking about uniforms, and
Yeah.
I will tell you the gray and navy is probably one of my top 4 colorways.
You know, they were going for that, that's that New York Yankees. That's pretty simple stuff right there.
That's the Evil Empire.
It's classic, though. I'll give them that.
Looks good.
It does look good. I'll give them that. I like that better than the pinstripes. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Drew Weiss. Sam Mueller on deck.
Brian, you know why I like pinstripe so much?
Why do you like pinstripes so much?
The vertical lines.
They're slimming.
They're slimming, and I need every bit of that.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, you do what you can when you can, Mitch.
Well, they don't call me slim. And so when I'm wearing pinstripes, they call me slim.
Gotcha.
Unless they're making fun of me because I'm not slim, so they gave me the nickname Slim because I'm big. I don't know how it works.
Ground ball knocked down by the second baseman, Griffith, but can't pop to get a Speedy Weiss and infield single.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah, I ought to give it a single for sure. I mean, he did have to leave his feet. I will tell you this much: when he dove, I thought he dove a little too soon because I think he thought the ball was hit harder than that.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
And that turf had knocked it down. We talked about it the other day that, sometimes that ball hits the turf and just kind of stops, like a little changeup.
Strike 1 to Mueller.
And they play on a skin field, over at Liberty.
Yeah.
And, that ball might be hit and kind of skip a little bit differently than it does on the turf. Good read. Good throw.
Oh, what a throw. What a throw by Jake Greer.
Good baseball.
Don't run on me, young man.
That's all right. That's good baseball all the way around. He had a phenomenal jump over there at first base. Read it well. Greer just made a better play.
That's out number 2, and the race is. Now we got 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-6 if you're scoring at home.
That probably was a 1-9. I know that they had no pop time.
I love that. I love it.
Because he didn't have an exchange, but that was a hose.
That was
a hose. It was a great base read by the base runner.
2-2.
Didn't flinch, saw it down, saw the ball get away.
That's just talent taking over right there. That's arm talent that is at another level.
Yeah, and he had to work around the hitter, too, because it went towards that left-handed batter's box. Uh-oh.
Mueller pops this
Missed.
up. It's going to be a fly ball out to Gibson for out number 3. We're going to the bottom of the second inning. Score 1-0 Eagles. Level up with Legacy Performance Academy. When it comes to development, Legacy Sports and Fitness is all about training the whole athlete, on the field and off. Improve mobility, boost flexibility, prevent injuries, train explosive strength and functional movements, grow as an individual. Because we know a better athlete today becomes a greater player tomorrow.
Some scores around the area, some early scores. These are still early in the ball game on some of these, but we have Jackson and Farmington in a 1-1 tie. Going in kind of the G.A.Cs we saw yesterday, North Point versus Washington. North Point is up 4-0 there. St. Charles West up 2-1 on Holt. And we have Lindbergh and Lafayette, and Lindbergh is up 1-0 on Lafayette Varsity Lancers. Some scores around the area.
Okay, leading off here for the Liberty Eagles, Seeger Gibson just made that nice catch out there. Fouled that back to the screen. We had some technical difficulties earlier, folks. We didn't have the right defensive screens up. We're sorry about that. Had a little technical difficulty. Yeah, we know it's Central. We very sorry about the confusion there.
I think
one ball, one strike.
I think early on you could tell the approach here by Liberty is attacking a fastball, laying off the off speed because they're not trying to miss that heater.
2-1.
We have Mulder come in, just tell us that Dobrits for Liberty was between 85 and 90 between the first two innings. Another powerful arm.
Yeah.
The G.A.Cs.
3-ball, 1 strike, and he was talking in the show. We were talking about Dobrats during the show today, and he said that's an arm that he says could be mid to upper 90s.
It'll play
by the time it's over.
Yeah, because he's still got some time to get a little bigger. It's a walk for Seeger Gibson.
Gibson. I love it. Now here's Dobrats. Got a chance to help himself here, as the old adage goes, Mitch.
That's a big boy up there.
Yes, he is. Is he bunting? Steal. Safe.
They are running with
they're
everybody.
running at will on this catcher.
Well, I don't think it's his fault. He's got a good enough arm to get outs here. I think some of that's on the pitcher. And I don't think it's difficult to steal against lefties. I know they got that move, but
evidently Coach Reeder doesn't think so.
It'll continue to happen the rest of the day.
Because these kids are on the move.
And that's an advantage.
I think Howell Central hurt their feelings yesterday with that beatdown. Because they're coming out with some, a lot of aggression.
Well, just look at what they're doing. They're not stopped. They're moving their feet, trying to take advantage of walking leads and give them the energy to take bases. I mean, they're not controlling that. So until Francis Howell Central stops that,
right,
they're going to continue to do that. And that's the reason why they're making it look easy stealing second base.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Dobrats. Curveball, little bloop into shallow right field, and you do not want to run on Mr. Chase Radicke. He will throw you out, especially shallow like that. Nah, not a chance.
So don't do it, eh?
Don't do. You can think about it, Mitch.
Yeah, I had to look up the year of Dobrits. I wasn't sure what year he was. He's a 2027, so he's just a sophomore.
Yeah,
he's a big boy.
So out number 1, runner at second, Davis Muth at the plate. The third baseman. This is Liberty's first foray. They're up in the south now. Or down, is it up? Whichever it is.
It's up. South is down.
And it's different, Mitch. It's different.
They'll be fine. I'm sure just like Holt feels about North Point, I'm Sure, Timberland's probably like, hey, can I have some of those boundaries back so you can have some of these boys help the
Oh, brother.
Timberland roster out? But
Yeah.
the community is growing. This area is growing. We're going to continue to see some changes over the next several years in all of these school districts. And oh, look at
Back in safely. Yeah.
one of my favorite plays right there is like a that shortstop like working in front of the base runner and taking off to third base. And usually that the second base runner will typically take that extra big lead, and that second baseman kind of sneaks in. I love cat and mouse stuff. It's the only way it's the only thing that I can do nowadays. Because I can't play. I can't hit. I can't throw a baseball. Can't field.
So you got to think now, right?
Yeah. How can I find advantages? But I mean, you could Liberty. They got shut out yesterday. They're coming out swinging today, and
Ball 4.
coming into this though, they only had 2 guys hitting over 300 in league play. You knew it was only if they looked over to the right and looked at Howell Central. Beckman was going to say something.
Yeah, a little tough here. Foul tipped into the glove. We're back to the top of the order with Jacob Robinson.
He's safe. Yeah, he's safe.
Here comes Coach Beckman out to talk about this. The reaction of his third baseman. You thought he was safe, Mitch?
I thought he was safe. We've had some questionable calls here early, and I think that's just kind of Beckman's point. And plus, he's got a little energy going from the plate umpire.
Yep.
That's how the game works sometimes.
That's a tough call. They had your third base. I couldn't tell from where.
This is what I like about the athletes of today, or just whoever we saw first on TV. If it was Javi Baez's swim move, whoever it was, all of a sudden that it became a big part of the game.
Yeah,
and these people are these.
That is shallow right field. Under it is Radicate, and he comes up throwing. Like I told you. It's too shallow. That's not even – you don't want to do that on anybody that shallow. That's too shallow. It's getting a little chippy out here. There's some stuff going on.
So be it. This is what I love about the rivalries in these areas is that there is some of this. Some of these boys play summer baseball together.
So we got 2 outs and a stolen base there for Davis Muth.
I'm not a big fan of
Mason Klein at the plate.
I'm not a big fan of Coach from Liberty yelling at this hitter not to swing there because he's yelling no, no, no.
It's away from the catcher.
Not a fan of that. Not to say that impacts much, but you don't want to confuse. The catcher doesn't want to be on. He should know the voices of his coaches, right? But I just think it can confuse people. Not a fan of that.
There's some interesting dynamics going on here in this game. I'm kind of try and wrap my head around this.
Well, I feel like someone's getting thrown out.
It looks like it. I mean, there's some serious chippiness here in this ball game, even from the dugouts. And
Well, look at the size of them. They look like professional baseball clubs. They got 24 guys in there. Sure, it sounds loud.
3 balls and a strike.
You know, what do you have to lose if you're Liberty? You got beat down yesterday, 15-zip.
Right.
Come out, be all fiery. Create that chip.
And that is ball 4. So the base is juiced. Williams struggling here. Here comes Beckman to talk to his pitcher. He's throwing a lot of pitches here and a lot of traffic on the bags. There's eagles in the nest. I like that one, guys. Eagles in the nest. I still like my smoke on the water.
Let's do that every game.
Smoke on the water?
Nope.
What?
Mascot stuff.
Mascot stuff, absolutely.
Yeah, so eagles in the nest. We had bears in the den or on the den.
Yeah. What about Spartans? Spartans on the march?
I don't know. I'm thinking 300.
They're Spartans.
So, yeah. Persia.
Oh, that's a big swing for Jake Greer. He was trying to hit one over the fence over there. This is a big spot here, man.
Good block. Good block. I like the hustle by the third base runner there, number 24 for Liberty. Reading it down, kept it in front, and hustled back and then dove instead of taking it for granted, standing up.
1 ball, 1 strike to Greer. Eagles in the nest. And that's hammered.
Good
Oh,
recovery.
heck of a play. Man, that's a tough one.
Good recovery.
Great play. Liberty strands the bases loaded. We're going to the top of the 3rd inning with the score 1-0 Eagles.
At Legacy Performance Academy, we meet athletes where they are in their development. Whether you're just starting out or already on the path to greatness, Legacy Sports and Fitness is the premier program for growth, with a full training field designed to help you sharpen every aspect of your game. Paired with our elite baseball programs, we've got the foundation for your success.
Want to thank our sponsor, Legacy Performance Academy. Hey, maximize your potential with Legacy Performance Academy. Look, STLLPA.com. We have another player spotlight here for you. Ethan Callison from the... Oh, I got to get here, Mitch. There we go. From the Howell Central Spartans, Ethan Collison, a senior. This young man has been playing, I think, since a sophomore. He's been a starter. Presented by C&B St. Louis Bank. Mr. Callison, 348 on the season, 388, 370. He's got 7 runs scored, 6 RBIs. He's plays a tremendous center field. He's a great defensive center fielder. Doubles go to die out there. He gets in the gaps. A catalyst for this team and has been for quite some time, Mitch.
Yeah, he's a name that I keep seeing every single year when I look at stats. That's my mic.
Yes, it is.
It's my mic this time. He's a good player. That's what I got.
Our player spotlight presented by C&B St. Louis Bank. Banking just for you. If you want a bank that answers when you call, a mortgage without the mystery, or access to business capital without any surprises, visit one of CNB St. Louis Bank's 6 area locations or online at cnbstl.com. One ball, 2 strikes to Lucas Williams. 2-2. Oh, wow. That's pretty good. We got some Trojans showing up over here. That's outside. So Dobrats was up in this count. It's back full, so Williams working hard in the box. And that is ball 4. A leadoff walk. After Liberty strands the bases loaded in that bottom half of the second inning. That was a big opportunity. I mean, Greer hit one on the button, but
yeah, that's why the game's hard. You know, you
Yeah.
got 8 guys in front of you, and again, I'm going to say it all season long because it's something that obviously is simple, right? We talked about hit it where they ain't, because you got athletes out here that are that good to make those kinds of plays.
pulls back on the bunt attempt. Looks like Coach Beckman's and ball 2.
I was looking up some information on Ethan Callison to see where he was going. He is committed to go to John Woods Community College. That's where he'll be heading after high school career.
That's a good throw.
Yeah,
3-0 count now.
Good throw, back of the bag by the base runner. You know, first baseman's playing up.
Good
so,
fundamental baseball.
Yeah, all around. But and again, it's just we saw it earlier. It's Greer being aggressive.
And it's, like you said, I mean, that ball's, 90 miles an hour off the bat, if not better. And then you get the guy in that situation that hits the duck fart, over the second baseman's head, and 2 runs. It's just baseball.
Yeah, that's why I always have this feel for the love-hate relationship that is this baseball game that I love so much.
And it's I think that's one of the best things about Bull Durham. He taught those things are talked about in there. What's the difference between hitting 250 and 300? The quab, the seeing eye ground ball, the
one bloop a week is 50 points throughout a Major League Baseball season. And so we obviously know it's a long season, but again, it is one bloop a hit or a one bloop hit a week.
Yep.
Can raise your point, batting average. So,
and you're hitting 300 in Yankee Stadium.
But that's the difference. I mean, again, like you could go. I try to tell our fans this because you see it a lot with Major League Baseball, and everybody's like, just like last year, and when they were getting on Goldie about his batting average and his numbers, and I was like, Goldie's hitting baseballs pretty hard. He just happens to be hitting in the outs.
Right.
I mean, he had flown out, and they do the how many ballparks it would have gone out of, when you see it on a stat, like that. And he hit some balls that got caught at the wall at Busch Stadium that would have gone out in like 24 parks. You know what I mean? I think the umpire needs to turn his earpiece off. They're both pointed in the direction of both dugouts, and he's chirped at both of them. They're not doing anything that's,
I don't know,
towards the umpire.
Doesn't
or
seem
team.
like it. And that's strike 1. Dobrats evidently got the message.
Well, I'm waiting on him.
Throw strikes.
I'm waiting on him to yell at me for talking about him.
We got Noah Gunner at the plate. And that's
They called him out. Here we go.
he called him out. So he called him out. So they're going to talk about this. I wonder, what did he call him out for, Mitch?
Out of the box.
Out of
Hit
the
him
box?
out. Yeah,
Do you
ball
think
hit him out of the box.
I don't think it hit him out of the box.
No, it didn't. The umpire in the field put his hands up. Umpire
Yeah.
at the plate called. Oh.
Wow. Okay. So he called Gunner out. I don't even know how to score that, but it's an out.
I guess that's a 2 unassisted. Closest man
I
was
guess.
your catcher.
So Chase Radke at the plate.
That was you two.
Line back up past the diving shortstop. And that's going to bring – Coach
Air
stops
mail.
him. Oh, and he airmails it. But you never know.
No, that's the right
Right?
call. Sure.
What is going on here? I'm not quite sure what's going on.
You got both coaches now saying,
I'm not quite sure what's happening here. So both coaches talking to the home plate umpire. I'm not quite sure what's happening here.
well, the plate umpire went to Radke
Yeah.
for saying something back to the catcher or something like that. I'm not sure that happened, but I don't know why he is investing so much of his ears into this game. Like, let these boys play baseball. They're not fighting or arguing. They're just competitive young people. Like, let them play the game.
So
Yeah, I'm not a
Coach
fan.
Reeder, I like what Coach Reeder's doing here. You know, just to eliminate. He's like, let's just. So hopefully we can just kind of move on from here and just let's play some baseball.
Well, I mean, I like the energy by both dugouts. I'm not going to lie. Like it, but it's going to lead to somebody getting tossed for no reason today. Guarantee it. Better not guarantee it because I never thought this would have happened.
So base is jacked. 2 strikes now to Carter Radke. I like that. You know, he said, no, I'm going to stick around a little while. Just stuck the bat out there, put it foul.
That's what you do with 2 strikes.
Give me another pitch.
That's some of the best hitters I've ever hit with learned how to hit foul balls.
Yep. Another one, same thing.
And it's about angles and, you know, various things like this are like that I never thought about it like that because I'd have 2 strikes on me, and the first thing that I would do is I'd try to stick the barrel out there just to kind of put it in play.
Yeah.
I'd get myself out. As soon as I started learning how to foul pitches off with 2 strikes, then I started elevating my batting average. You know, we talk about 1 blue pit a week. Well, all I needed was 1 2-out or 2-strike hit.
Right.
Raise my numbers
Right.
up.
One ball, 2 strikes. Base is full of Spartans. So we got Spartans on the march? Oh, battlefield full of Spartans. I like that, Lauren. That's a good one.
Yeah, I did. He said that after we had talked about it. I was trying to think about whatever that formation was that
Yeah.
they did. I forget what they had called the formation.
The flying V. I don't think that was it.
I don't think so.
Oh. Grounded through the hole. Big base hit. Coach is going to stop the runner. RBI single for Carter Radicke. And we got a tie ball game.
I think the flying V would be your Mighty Ducks.
So 2 base on balls, 2 singles, bases loaded. We got a tie ball game, and that is outside to Ethan Collison. And Dobrat's in some trouble here. Popped up off the fist. Is that going to get foul? And it's in the seats.
Those would be the bleachers.
Those are the bleacher seats, yes.
Bleacher creatures.
Good call. Nice job by Greer to keep that in front of him. Two balls and a strike. Lined into center and down and past the center fielder. That's going to roll for a while. Collison on his horse. Coach is going to send him, and we got to play at the plate, and he's out. I love that. Coach sent him.
That's all right.
I hope he's okay.
That's a rib cage thing. Hips.
Oh, wow. A bases clearing triple thrown out at home, trying to stretch it into the infield.
Take it.
Or the inside the park home run. But it clears the bases and 2 outs.
I will tell you this right now. You need to go back and clip that photo because he was parallel to the ground when he went to dive for the plate. And, instead of kind of scooting across the dirt, he was parallel. I'd definitely go back and get that picture. That's going to be a gold as far as the play goes.
2 outs now. Cooper DeManuel pops it up center field. And the catch made to end the inning, but not before Howell Central takes a 4-1 lead. We're going to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Level up with Legacy Performance Academy. When it comes to development, Legacy Sports and Fitness is all about training the whole athlete, on the field and off. Improve mobility, boost flexibility, prevent injuries, train explosive strength and functional movements, grow as an individual. Because we know a better athlete today becomes a greater player tomorrow. Folks, we got our next player spotlight presented by C&B St. Louis Bank. Jake Greer for the Liberty Eagles. Jake Greer just made that nice catch, tag on the play there. Mr. Greer has been really good for quite some time. This nice young player hitting .370 on the season, a .517, a .609 slug. He's got 4 doubles, 2 triples, a home run. And you think about that, 2 triples as a catcher, Mitch, 13 ribbies and 9 runs scored.
He don't look like your typical catcher. When you look at him, he's got big arms on him. He's got some muscle to him, a little bit of weight.
And a hose.
But I think we saw him as a sophomore catching for Liberty. We saw him at Liberty as the first time I got to see him catch. He was catching the big lefty arm from a few years ago. And I thought back then that he was going to be a special player. I actually thought he had graduated last year. I thought he was a junior that year that we saw him with the lefty. Forget his name because the lefty pitcher was good, but Jake is a stud, man. He is exactly what you would want at a high level position like that at catcher.
Jake Greer, our player spotlight presented by CNB St. Louis Bank. Banking for you if you want a bank that answers when you call, a mortgage without the mystery or access to bank a business capital without any surprises. Visit one of CNB St. Louis Bank's 6 area locations or online at cnbstl.com. Fly ball by Easton Gain to the left fielder, DeManuel, for out number 1. Carson Scroggin coming up to the plate. The center fielder missed that. That's a tough play. He was do or die, and it went by him.
Well, you have to know where you're at. You don't have anybody behind you when you're making that effort play, so you got to check up sooner. It's okay to give up 1, you know what I mean? You just don't want to give up that bases loaded.
4-1, Williams coming out and pitching with the lead, Mitch. Going right after hitters, 1-1. On deck is Ethan Griffin, the second baseman. One ball, 2 strikes.
Goring's on the mound.
Fouled into the fence. One ball, 2 strikes. We'll do it again here. Williams. Good curveball dropped. Tagged out. And that's out number 2 on the K.
As they're out checking around the league for scores, and we have St. Charles West and Holt tied at 3 through 4 with Goring on the mound for West.
Lifted into shallow center field. Under it is Callison. Catch made. And a 1-2-3. You love to see that from your pitcher.
Especially after going out and scoring a few runs.
Going to the top of the 4th, the Spartans 4-1 over the Eagles.
At Legacy Performance Academy, we meet athletes where they are in their development. Whether you're just starting out or already on the path to greatness, Legacy Sports and Fitness is the premier program for growth, with a full training field designed to help you sharpen every aspect of your game. Paired with our elite baseball programs, we've got the foundation for your success.
Welcome back, folks. I'm going to finish giving that update for that St. Charles West Holt game. Again, tied 3-3. Goring is on the bump for West, and you got Owen Thompson on the bump for Holt. That game, again, tied 3-3. A lot of free passes in this one. There's been 5 errors in this game and 9 walks. So if you like watching paint dry, that might be the one to go watch. You got Blue Springs Wildcats. Blue Springs South up 5-0. You got Timberland This is a big one. Up 10-0 on the Fort Zumwalt East Lions. We saw a whale of a game last night. That 1-0 extra inning game. I didn't expect that one to get out of hand for East.
Wow.
North Point up 8-0 on Washington. Lafayette went back up 2-1 on Lindbergh. And DeSmet's up 6-0 on
Do we have anything
Chaminade.
on Liberty North, Staley?
Let me. I looked for that earlier. It hadn't started, so let me find that one.
Okay,
And I'll update
I think it's a
us.
6 o'clock start, Mitch. Drew Weiss at the plate, fouls the first one back. I think it was a 6 o'clock start, so that might not be there yet because it's only 5:25, so you may not. One of our must-see games today. In fact, Mitch,
Union and Blair Oaks is at 2. Their Union's up 2-1 on Blair Oaks.
2-1. That's a good
2-1.
ball game right there.
Yep.
That's one of our must-sees. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Father Tolton's up 5-0 on the Archangel.
Archangel?
Angel.
There you go.
The Los Angeles Angles.
That's a good matchup, Class 4. You got in our rankings, number 10, St. Michael the Archangel, and number 3, Father Tolton. But it's at Tolton, too.
Yeah, because they played yesterday, right, at the opposite field?
I'm not sure.
I thought they
They
did.
might have.
Mine both played yesterday.
Weiss skies one in foul territory. Under it. Nice play by the first baseman, Easton Gain. Sam Mueller at the plate now. Dobrat's still on the mound, doing work. Strike one. I like what Greer does. I think he's a great framer of a pitch. Watch him. That's lined at. Oh,
Take it.
there you go. There you go. Keep it in front of you.
Well, that's what you like to see from your defender is, last time he, overplayed it, got by him. This time he made sure he checked up.
Absolutely, Mitch. So Mueller on with a 1-out single brings up the pitcher, Lucas Williams. Strike one to Williams.
Finally got a score in that Winfield-Warrenton game. Winfield is up 1-0. It was tied 0-0.
Wow.
Festus is up 7-1 on Seckman.
Watch, I love the framing work from Greer. I love it because there's not a lot of movement. There's a lot of snap to it.
Yeah, what you see a lot of times is these kids, when they go ahead and load the glove, they'll lift that baseball up, or the glove at the highest point of the baseball, and then they have to almost have a negative move down or back, towards the baseball. And that's something that you want to avoid with this kind of glove up, how the catchers are catching these days.
Right? See, even there, he didn't try and pull it back in. Just give the boom, pop that
Slight
right
little
there.
turn, yep. But you know what I like about what he's doing here
3-1.
is he's in a catching stance.
Yes.
There's a runner at first base, got wheels.
He's not on one knee.
Not on one knee. He's athletic enough to be on a knee, but
That was a good pitch. I'm
right
not
down
quite
the
sure
middle.
what Williams is flipping the bat for. That's a good pitch.
Maybe he's embarrassed.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
But you're right in saying how Greer is behind that plate. Look how long he leaves that glove loaded.
Yes. See, even at that, just that subtle movement. So a single base on balls, there's 1 out. Brings up Jackson Elliott who walked and scored on the triple by Callison. Ball one. You know, Mitch, I would think it just kind of feels this way, you know. They're just kind of chipping, just keep there. It's just like that. They're pecking at you.
Well, you've seen the change in the dynamics from the Liberty side, how they started the game with all that energy, and now it's non-existent right now.
Right.
And, you know, maybe that changed the edge when they had that, you know, the umpires kind of got involved there, shut that down.
And that's off the plate because it's like 3 feet off the ground. Oh, and he turns the corner, and he slides in safe. That's aggressive base running. Gotta love it.
It's funny how the game works.
And Mueller slides in safe. That's a 2-base score off the wild pitch.
It's a perfect example for anybody watching it, and you want to clip that piece and tell your young players. That's why you point at the baseball to help your catcher out. That ball hit the plate. That plate's sticking 1.5 inches off the ground.
I know. Pops it up, and no.
And you know that's not Greer's fault. That thing just hit the plate, went straight up in the air, and you know he's looking for it because he thinks it's down, and it's nowhere near down. It's 30 feet in the air.
You kind of feel helpless as a catcher, don't you?
Well, you do because you don't know what you're doing. But that's again that goes to your guys in front of you. Tell me where the baseball's at. You know when we people get mad at me all the time. Why do you force them kids to point at baseballs? I'm like, for the one time they may need it. The one time they may need it, and guess what? It will happen.
Yes,
it's baseball.
Grounded. Oh, nice play. He's not. Oh, he couldn't get his feet. Stayed with it. Got the run in, but he's out at first on a close play. The shortstop trying to get his feet.
Yeah, I love that piece, though. I hope he's all right because, you know, he obviously lost his feet a few times, but you hope that he didn't hurt his arm or something in that situation. That's actually a heck of a play.
It is. Ground ball diving, up with it, throws over.
Dude.
Oh, that's a heck of a nice play by Jackson Ryan. 2 in a row for the shortstop.
He didn't
Beckman, I think, gave him a little bit there, too. So
he didn't even have time.
Man. We're going to the bottom of the 4th inning. Score now 6-1 Spartans. Level up with Legacy Performance Academy. When it comes to development, Legacy Sports and Fitness is all about training the whole athlete, on the field and off. Improve mobility, boost flexibility, prevent injuries, train explosive strength and functional movements, grow as an individual. Because we know a better athlete today becomes a greater player tomorrow. Want to thank our sponsors, Legacy Performance Academy, for sponsoring here, being our partners with the G.A.C. Game of the Week, the G.A.C. Classic. We do appreciate it. Legacy Performance Academy. Maximize your potential. Go to stllpa.com. Give them a call. Check out the website. Go see the facility. You won't regret it. Appreciate Brian Kessler, Mike Ott, all those guys over there at Legacy for be partnering with Youth Baseball Midwest. Mitch, anything new?
Yeah, we'll go to the middle of the state, maybe far over is Kansas City. We got Liberty at Park Hill South. Liberty's up 1-0. Jeff City up 1-0 on Smith Cotton. That's a good one. And we had a Eureka is up 1-0 on Rockwood Summit.
And Summit beat them yesterday.
Yep.
So that's going to be a good battle. So ball one to the leadoff hitter for Liberty in Seeger Gibson. 1 ball, 1 strike. 6-1 ball game. Two balls and 1 strike. Misses low on the old bender. You like that? The bender?
The airbender. Oh. Ooh. It's getting late.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
It's a better pitch than the one before.
I would think so.
You know, I feel like I better not say it. I don't think I could squat that long. Could use a little extra money. Heads or tails?
So the base on balls for Gibson brings up Ryan Dobratz. Popped out to the right fielder. His first at bat. You know, look, we're seeing it, and people are seeing it on there. I appreciate the umpires. I do. I umpired for a lot of years, and I understand. It's difficult to call balls and strikes. And it's difficult when you have high-level pitchers and guys spinning, doing. It takes a degree of focus, and there's guys at the major league level that are better than others at calling balls and strikes, and you've seen it. You know, there's some of the major league umpires you go, wow. You know,
Well, like C.B. Buckner.
Angel Hernandez.
He's gone, so we can't blame him no more. He was terrible.
He was horrible.
I don't even like watching the games that they umpire behind the dish.
Big swing. And I agree. See, Buckner, not good. He's not good at calling balls and strikes. He's probably a decent umpire, and you look calls on the field and whatnot. But to call balls and strikes is a difficult thing, folks. It really is. You've got to be able to pick up the ball like a hitter. Ooh, Dobratz turned on that one. But it's foul. You really do. And you have to be able to see the ball that way to really be consistent in calling balls and strikes. And so, you know, as much as we, you know, go, oh my gosh, I understand, but we appreciate these officials being out here, being part of the process here. We let the coaches deal with that, and there we go.
It's difficult like anything else. They're still amateur
That's correct.
umpires, right?
That's correct.
Umpiring amateur games.
Seeing right there as an umpire, that catcher that far off, you leave me hanging out to dry, bro. I'd be telling that catcher, you leave me hanging out to dry. You don't. If I get hit, I'm not going to be happy. I mean, did you see how far over he was? And the umpire very exposed.
I mean, he is. I will say this much. I think the umpire is a little too far in. I think that's why they get that outside corner, because that depth perception is now a little bit different because it's more across. So I think he takes a couple guesses at him, but.
And that could be.
Well,
that's a fair point.
His face is in the right-handed batter's box line. His eyeballs are set there, so anything that is away probably appears that direction.
Yeah.
Or to cross the plate. Look at his face mask.
Yeah, I agree. I always like to set myself on that inside corner. And a strike 3 for Dobratz goes down on strikes.
It'll always be easier to manage on this side of the fence. No question.
Everything is. I can call balls and strikes from that position right up over there on that light tower.
Yeah, where the snipers.
That was a terrible call, Blue.
Where the snipers hang out.
Davis Muth at the plate now. Number 9 hitter. Runner at second. Popped up on the infield. He first didn't see. You could see he kind of went, what? And Radke's on the horse coming to get it, and he goes, oh, I got it. Back to the top of the order with Jacob Robinson, the DH.
Yeah, we'll see that tonight with the skies for this 7 o'clock game between Troy and Fort Stonewall West. The little twilight hours can be tough when the lights just don't, above the light, or if a baseball gets above the lights stanchions, it's going to be tough. Or whatever they're called. Aren't they called stanchions?
Light stanchion. Yep.
I felt like that. I felt educated there. I don't know how to spell it. Hopefully I can spell it like it sounds.
I think you did just fine, Mitch.
That might be the biggest word I've used today.
Ball one.
And the longest letters.
Big swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I'm pretty good at the
We're working on the vocabulary here.
Yeah, I'm pretty good on the 3 to 5 letter, especially the 4-letter ones.
Well, you got to have the $5 words here and there.
Buddy, I feel like those words are like maybe $35 worth.
Is that just due to inflation?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm that dumb.
One ball, 1 strike to Robinson, the DH. He singled, scored a run, popped out to the right field, lined out to the right fielder. Another swing and a miss. Good off speed. Got him way out front there, Mitch.
Still don't see none of the West folks here. I see
They'll
some coaches
They'll mosey in. They're somewhere. They're probably out back.
hitting.
Probably. You can hear the bats back there. Good pitch. Goes up and gets him. We're going to the top of the 5th inning. Score 6-1 Spartans.
At Legacy Performance Academy, we meet athletes where they are in their development. Whether you're just starting out or already on the path to greatness, Legacy Sports and Fitness is the premier program for growth, with a full training field designed to help you sharpen every aspect of your game. Paired with our elite baseball programs, we've got the foundation for your success.
All right. Noah Gunner, our player spotlight presented by CNB Bank, CNB St. Louis Bank. There it is. I'll spit it out in a minute. I got to get back to my stuff. I'm a little discombobulated here, Mitch. I ain't lying.
Well, I got his numbers in front of me.
Here we go. Go right ahead, Mr. Noah Gunner.
Mr. Noah Gunner's hitting 400 on the year. These are the overall stats. He's got an on-base percentage of 464. He has got 10 hits on the year. 3 of those are extra base hits. He is get about 50% playing time for the Spartans, and he seems to have been hitting well lately, and that's probably why we see him in the lineup today.
Absolutely. 25. You got 29 plate appearances. Like you said, it's about half that, but he's making the most out of it.
I mean, hitting, having an on-base percentage like that. I turned the page. I think I said 400. So
yeah, you're fine. Yes, you did. It was 400. You're right. Absolutely.
I will say. Go ahead. Nope, you go.
Oh, I'm just gonna back to the top of the order. No, I think Mr. Gunner. I like to see that when you got a guy that's knows his role. He evidently is, that player in that respect, and he's taking advantage of it.
That's what you like to see. I hope that he ends up in the military, like on a Air Force or
he's
Army
a gunner
or something, and then be like, when they need somebody, they can say, "I know a gunner."
So that ball just tailed right to the right fielder for out number 1.
That's my last one for the day. That's the second one that was terrible using his name. But I think it's a really think about this though, in a baseball sense, having a good arm like that.
A gunner. Absolutely. Our player spotlight presented by CNB St. Louis Bank. Banking for you. If you want a bank that answers when you call, a mortgage without the mystery or access to business capital without any surprises, visit one of CNB St. Louis Bank's 6 area locations or online at cnbstl.com. And there you go.
Those
Single
Racky boys are problems.
Yes, they are. Wait, didn't I just get that kid out? He looks like that last guy.
What I like about Ethan, we had talked about it in that last game about calling fly balls. I like the pull back there, called strike one. But, not calling the ball at the highest point, at the apex of the fly ball and then waiting on its way down is too late. He took charge on that play that was between him and the shortstop out in center field. As soon as it hit at the highest point, he started hollering at it. Shortstop peeled off. That is how you teach it.
Right? Yeah, he's an excellent ball player. And, it's tough because you see a young man like this, about 5'8", and he's going to go to, John Woods,
Community College.
And he's definitely he's going to have a good college career because he can just play the game.
He's a good baseball player, and that's what you see in college are high IQ baseball players.
Oh, and a bad throw. I like the aggressiveness. Making the throw over there is offline, but all right. So line drive out. Callison is down. Radke advances to second base on the throwing error from the third baseman.
I'll give you this one. I think there's a reason why he's standing on second base right now. I think your right fielder had bought a ticket to admission here and was just spectating there because he didn't even move from the right field position, and he's got to anticipate a throw being made.
Got to see it. It's right in front of you,
right in front. Yep.
Cooper DeManuel pops one into shallow left field. Under it is Jackson. Jackson Ryan for the out. Shortstop playing nice ball. Ends the threat. They strand one. We're going to the bottom of the fifth inning. Score 6-1 Spartans. Or we can do it right now. No. During that, let's go now. Oh, you said when you come back. Oh, I got it. I'm hip. Folks, we appreciate the Sports Barn partnering with Youth Baseball Midwest as a sponsor for today's G.A.C. Game of the Week on the scoreboard there. Hey, look, if you're looking for a training facility, indoor, infield, 12,769 square feet of open turf, fully equipped with adjustable bases up to 90 feet, pitching mound, and protective screens, this space is perfect for teams practice, skill clinics, camps, and more. You got the hitting tunnels, 50-foot tunnels. You got hitting, pitching tunnels. All you want in a training facility. Check out thesportsbarn.org or go to Wentzville, right there on Highway N, 1047 East Highway N, Wentzville, Missouri.
It's Wentz Vegas.
Wentz Vegas, I know. You keep saying that. That's cool.
I don't know who coined it, Wentz Vegas.
Our player spotlight for this inning, though, Jacob Robinson here. We just saw him strike out the last one, but this young man has been playing some good baseball here for this Liberty Eagles team, Mitch. Jacob Robinson hitting .327 on the year, a .404 slugging. He's got 4 doubles, 10 ribbies, 16 runs scored at the top of that. And, line drive bounces in front of the right fielder, Cooper DeManuel, or left fielder, Cooper DeManuel, and a leadoff single for Mason Klein.
You could, having Jacob Robinson with those kinds of numbers out there, he's only hitting 150 in league play. Tells you how good he's doing, or how good the league is.
Right. Strike one to Jake Greer.
We haven't seen a big fly yet.
Nope.
This week.
No. We've only
Yesterday
seen,
or today.
Exactly.
Just goring.
Yeah, exactly. So on the wild pitch, Klein gets to second base. It's outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Got some action in the bullpen out there for Central, Mitch. Oh, that ball was hammered. Oh, almost. Greer thought about taking second base.
Good decision.
Boy,
You're chasing runs there. You don't want to do that.
no, that ball was smoked.
Yeah, it was scary.
So Coach Beckman out of the dugout. I think we're going to get the pitching change here, Mitch.
I can't see that far, buddy. So why we wait to see? I got some scores that would be interesting right now for us.
Let's bring it. Bring the scores.
Holt is winning 6-3 against St. Charles West, and Brennan Goring is out of the game. 5 innings pitched, give up 5 runs, 1 earned, 8 Ks. Tough day for the Warriors defense. They got 5 on the day. That's not recipe to win ball games.
5 E's?
5 errors. There's been 8 on the
Boy.
day. You're not going to win ball games with that.
No.
You got Seckman scratching, clawing back, I guess, if you will. It's 7-5 ball game right now.
Festus?
Yes, and then looks like Washington's climbing back in their game. It's 9-5 now. North Point is up.
Oh, wow.
The Jesuit is up on Chaminade 6-1.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Eureka's Rockwood Summit's tied at 1. Yeah, Lee Summit West over Raymore Peculiar 6-2. Father Tolton put it on the Archangel pretty good. Blair Oaks gone up 5-2 now on Union.
We got Cannon English in the ball game. This is his 7th appearance. He's 0-1, 6 game, and with a 3.09 ERA in 11 1/3 innings, Mitch.
I'll be honest with you, I did not know this young man had pitched for this high school team. I know that he's part of Coach Hill's summer team. Coach Russ Hill at East, part of his summer team. I could tell you that he can rake. That's what I know about him. He's hit a bomb off me, so off of our team. So I'm ready to see him pitch.
So the book on Williams, 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 4 base on balls, and 6 Ks. Gives way to Cannon English here in the, I'm sorry, it's 4 and a third. No, I was right. 4. No outs yet. Gives way to Cannon English here. Wow.
They clearly do not respect the catcher's arm. You said that earlier. I mean, I don't think the catcher's that bad. But they don't have any respect for it. That's for sure. Oh, look at this. They're giving the shift in the old high school baseball game. That's a first.
Wow. Ball 1. To Easton Gain. Evidently, they don't believe he's going to hit it the opposite way.
Well, if you look at percentages, if you play him.
Right back up the middle. Elliott, extra hop, pulled the ball and pulled the first baseman off the bag, which is Lucas Williams over there taking over at first base.
He goes from a base hit, which would, if he's playing normal depth, he goes from a base hit to now an error.
So the run scores. So the error on the second baseman. We have first and third again. Nobody out, and you have Carson Scroggin at the plate.
He's had a tough day, too. He's had a couple bad ABs and then the play out in center that broke this game open.
Absolutely. He's chasing there, Mitch.
Yeah, all he's got to do is calm down, take a deep breath, and then just know that baseball's played for 7 innings.
Throw over is offline. Wow. And that ball's down. And the force out, that is Mueller over in right field. Williams is at first, and it looks like Chase Radicke has moved into center field, and Collison is where? He's not in the game right now.
Well, let me see if I can find him on Game Changer and see what the moves were. I was looking at some other scores at Timberland.
So Gain is out at second
I'll help
for
you
the
here.
first out. Runner goes, and the ball's in the dirt. Second run scores, and Gain. So Scroggins at second now on the stolen base. And he reaches on the fielder's choice. If you're scoring at home, I'm trying to catch up.
Yeah, when's the last time you've seen a 9-6?
Ethan Griffin at the plate. That was an interesting one.
It still shows on Central's Game Changer that Callison's still at center.
Because that's Radke out there. I wonder if Collison is still kind of recovering from that slide. That's Mueller out there in right field.
Williams went to pitcher,
First base.
or to first base.
Mm-hmm.
Is that who's in center? Weiss?
Radke.
Oh, Radke. Maybe Collison went into well, he can't go into the DH role.
No, I don't think you can do that, can you?
No, maybe. Yeah. Nobody told us to move, so I'm not exactly sure what they did or how they manipulated the lineup there.
Right. Popped up a mile high. Radke under it. Makes the catch for out number 2. That's just 2 there, young man. He was hoping, right?
Mm-hmm.
Seeger Gibson at the plate. Gibson has walked twice, been stranded both times. So English has come in and kind of quailed the fire here a little bit there, Mitch.
I wonder if the exchange was 21 for Collison.
Yep.
I had to go back and do my own score keep there and try to figure that out. I'm going to assume that's been the move because the DH.
It looks like it.
Well, the DH is still intact, right? First base went to right field. Pitcher went to first base. So this move had to be for Collison, and I'm going to assume they might re-enter Collison later.
That's possible, unless he's maybe not from that slide. Maybe
it could
he's
be a little
feeling
beat
that.
up. Yep. I mean, he's having himself a day. He's got 3 ribbies for Central, which right now I guess plays as the winning runs.
Now you got West over there with the really flamboyant purple pinstripes.
Yeah. I like the coach's attire with the purple pinstripes and the black tops. Not to say that I am partial to purple.
But it is a party when you're purple.
Mm-hmm. They all call me Grimace in the facility. Staley's up 1-0 on Liberty early.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, they're in the top of the first.
So it did just start. Yep, 6 o'clock.
Oh, home run by Mr. Abbott. Second batter. I don't have a first name, so I can't give you the first name.
Gotcha. Grounded back up the middle. Radke to it. Nice play by the shortstop, ranging to his left for out number 3. We're going to the top of the 6th inning. Score 6-2. Spartans. Folks, we appreciate the Sports Barn, Winsville, Missouri, as our scoreboard sponsor. They got pitching machines there, and you got the indoor infield hitting tunnels, pitching machines, hack attack 3-wheel machines available to provide high spin rate fastballs and breaking balls to elite hitters. Jugs machines available for youth hitters. They got the Jaeger Sports development area, small space for our staff to use for development purposes. Features 7 plyo walls, J-band hooks, plyo balls, medicine balls, agility ladders, and more. Got the hit tracks too, man. Redefine how you train as an individual and a team. Hit tracks provides a hitting experience, hitting tunnels, hitting 70-foot tunnels, 50-foot tunnels. Sports Barn Training Facility, 1047 East Highway North, Winsville, Missouri. Check it out at sportsbarn.org.
This is a different one.
What's up, Coach?
Should be top 6.
It is top of the 6th. 6-3. Yes, sir. Coach Rogers, how you doing? Doing well. Yeah, we should. And Drew Weiss bangs that one into right field for a leadoff single here in the top of the 6th. Are we hot? Oh, okay. No worries. I think it's on. We'll find out, right? We have head coach of the Troy Buchanan Trojans, Justin Rogers, joining us. And that ball's going to tail away from the center fielder. Back-to-back singles here in the top of the 6th inning by the Spartans. Coach, how's things going?
Doing good. How you guys doing?
Doing well. You guys getting your season on the right track? Been putting together some good wins?
Yeah, we've got some good wins. We're through a little tough stretch right now, but we're competing well.
That's all you can ask for, right?
Yeah, we're excited. We feel like we can beat anybody. Just got to play better that day.
Right?
It's baseball.
That's key.
Things got to go your way, too.
Yes, they do.
I am a firm believer that sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And I feel like in this conference, sometimes you need a little bit of luck on your side to get you kind of out of hurdles. But I also believe you have to earn that luck.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, every game is such a challenge and so competitive that it's hard to get every one that you can get.
Yeah, and you
It's
look
the
at
little things make a big difference.
Oh, yeah. we saw that today here in this game.
Yep.
We saw it in the previous game, the Howell North Howell game, the bunt defenses, the miscommunication plays have led to big opportunities today. And that's something that you know, the one cool thing about high school baseball is that you get to practice multiple times a week. Those are things that you try to work on to avoid those things during games, correct?
Yes, absolutely. It's still just different in a game. You know, no matter how much you feel like you work on it and try to create pressure and competitive at practice, you know, whether varsity versus JV or something, live simulated game, it's still the game's different.
There's a lot of energy behind games in this league, and you know, usually we talk about how certain schools might you know, have a non-conference schedule that's pretty tough to try to prep you for your district play. Your conference schedule is your district play. So do you feel like these conference games are played a little bit differently for you because of where you're at or who's in your districts?
I think most of us play it the same way, and you're going to see everybody's best two guys and know that I think it's kind of fun to play in the conference against everybody you're going to see in the postseason. You know, we've kind of, you know each other well and strengths and weaknesses, and it's fun to kind of see how you can, you know, attack somebody in the postseason. And, you know, I mean, you got to play at a high level, and it's, you know what you're up against, I guess you can say, by the time you get to the postseason.
Jackson Elliott at the plate. He's going to probably want to redeem himself. You think, Mitch?
Maybe.
Coach, I think it's interesting. You know, we talk about, you know, the practice and trying to create the intensity and the things like that. And I understand. And there is a line drive. Oh, nice play by the center fielder. He's coming to third. The run's going to score on the sack. That's a sack line drive. You know, It's not necessarily a sack
fly scored, but line drive for those who saw it.
That was a real good play by the center fielder. I know that early on in the game that he had that rough read that led to 3 runs for Francis Howell Central.
Yes.
But he's made 2 really nice catches since then.
Yeah, that was a big play. It's a big turning point so far.
Carson Scroggin out there. That was a heck of a good play. And we have number 4. We have a pinch hitter right here. No, sorry. This is the third baseman.
It's
Noah
Gunner, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Noah Gunner. Sorry. Big spot. Smoked at the third baseman. He comes home.
Oh,
Nice
well played.
pick.
Say,
Oh.
I agree with him. I think he got under it.
I do.
The ball beat him.
By
I
the
think he was
time-
actually in there.
By the time Greer got the tag back down, I think the hand was to the base. I agree.
I think he got it right. I think he got under it.
Yep. Because I was just, Greer had to pick
Come up.
it.
Well, he had to come up. I mean,
Yep.
that's what happens when, he tried to make that good throw. I mean, it was a good throw. He picked it. But
That ball
he had to
was-
pick his glove up, and he allowed him to get underneath.
So the run scores on the throwing error. You're back to the top of the order with Chase Radke and
Do you-
back through this.
Do you give that a throwing error, or do you just
I
say that
would.
he?
Beat it.
I mean, he technically executed.
It's just
the,
a play. He just scored. He reaches on a fielder's choice. I don't know. It just depends. I don't know what a real scorekeeper would score that at.
He caught the throw clean, right, at the plate?
He did.
I'd say it's probably just a fielder's choice.
Yeah. And the run scored, right?
If he bobbled the catch or couldn't catch it, probably go throwing error. But
Yeah.
I mean, he wore
I'd
that
just
one
say
off the
fielder's
belly.
choice.
He wore that one off the gut. I mean,
Yeah,
he
he
did a
did.
missile right at him.
Right back up the middle, past the diving second baseman. Coach Beckman going to send the runner, and the throw is in time to knock down Lucas Williams from second base. That's a good throw and a great tag by Jake Greer. Greer, he's really showing off.
His hand skills.
It is elite.
He's been short hopped 3 times, and he's executed each one.
Love the aggressiveness there, playing from ahead, though, by back.
Absolutely.
Why not make him make a perfect throw and catch tag there?
And it was.
So Radke and a ground ball to the shortstop goes the easy way for out number 3. We're going to stay here for a second. And as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, I just want to say, though, our sponsor, Sports Barn, go check out the sportsbarn.org. You want to do that if you're looking for a training facility for your team, your needs. Check out sportsbarn.org there in Winsville, Missouri 1047. Highway in. Coach Rogers, I wanted to get to this because I thought it was interesting. We talk about practicing high-level energy and things like that. I always felt like it was one of those things, if you can get players to focus more and just focus on making the play, catch the ball first, throw the ball second, make the play, see it. The more you can practice on seeing the play in front of you, just see it. If you got good players, the speed of the game will just automatically come to it as they continue just to make the next play, make the play. Catch the ball, throw the ball, catch the ball, throw the ball. That's my thoughts. I don't know.
Yeah, you made it sound really simple. And you're not wrong.
Right?
You're not wrong. I mean, throw and catch it.
Trying to always put pressure on somebody rather than just focusing on, hey, make the play. See the ball, make the play go. The speed of the game, if you've got a player that you understand, hey, he knows, he sees it, you keep talking to him about, who your runner is. It's now just baseball IQ, trying to get kids to understand what the game is about in those respects. Because the physical stuff, most of these kids have the tools, correct?
Yeah, they can all throw and catch. But again, the teams who do it well in games win more.
Yes.
Throw it and catch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Throw and catch it at a high level.
I know that it feels like we're saying the
Simple
the
things
simple
out loud.
stuff, right? And it's like that's the captain obvious thing. I think as coaches, I think we all can agree that all we want our athletes to do is make routine, right? And then everything else from there is just the kind of the bonus.
Yeah.
And when we run baseball camps, we tell kids if you can't play a game of simple catch and throw, baseball is not for you.
It's be hard to win at a high level if you can't throw and catch very well.
And I'm going to assume that I can guess that at your practices you make sure your guys, if catch play has purpose and not just a generic catch play like.
Correct. Yeah, you've got to be focused on being accurate, developing your arm strength, throwing mechanics, and then positional stuff for the day as well. They're going to be game-like throws that you're going to make.
We have a pinch hitter. Caden Thornton is at the plate for hitting for Dobrats. It all sounds simple until you go and try and do it. Right? Oh, mercy.
Yep. Hey, there we go, boys. Got a JV winner 3-1, it looks like, at home against West.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
It's a good win.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
JV win.
Always
a little
love it.
bleeder out front, slips a little. Nice job by Cannon English. Hopping off the mound. Pitchers are athletes too. Right, Justin?
Heck yeah, they are. No matter what Darren Sissel says.
Yeah, baby. There you go.
That's hilarious. Shout out, Coach Sissel.
I had to,
Yeah,
I had
he's
to
the
help
man.
you with that, bro.
He's the man. You walked me into that one. You knew where that was going before you said it, didn't you?
Absolutely, bro.
What can we expect from the Trojans tonight against Fort Zumwalt West? From your experiences yesterday into today, what kind of – you don't have to tell us the adjustments, game plan, if you will, but what kind of how are you going to come out today, or what do you feel like your boys are going to come out today? Because this is not normal, having school end at 2 o'clock and then, you're waiting 5-6 hours to go play baseball.
Yeah, I think they'll be all right. They've played at different times and different schedules and whatnot. I think you're going to see them come out and compete and be ready to play and know that it's going to be a tight game and probably going to come down to a few plays at the end and hopefully stay in it as long as we can and win it at the end.
Avoid those free bases.
But they were ready to play yesterday. We competed and got the extras and had a bad inning there, but they came ready to go yesterday. We do that again. I think we can be in the same kind of game and have it be a game that's up to either team towards the end.
Coach Justin, are you guys home team?
We are away.
Away.
We played at Troy yesterday, so this is the Zumwalt West home game.
Cooper Freen pinch hitting, flied out to Sam Mueller in right field, and we have Jacob Robinson.
I'm going to need to
balls
slide out and talk to these guys to get a
and a
little warm-up
strike.
going here.
Coach, I appreciate you stopping
Try to get
by.
them moving. Can't sit down too long.
It's good to see you.
They look comfortable over there. They might have got a hot dog.
I know, let's not get too comfortable.
There he is. Look at
Oh,
this.
here he is. There he is. I'll just hand this off to Coach Goff.
No, hand it off to him. No, come on, Coach Goff.
This is all you. I made my exit, Coach.
Lovely.
He snuck out.
You gotta love when the coaches.
Hey, man,
sneak in
appreciate
on
you
each other.
guys.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Hey,
Thank you, sir.
appreciate
Good
what
luck.
you're doing.
Head
Thank you.
coach Troy Buchanan Trojans, Justin Rogers,
Thank
stopping by to chat with us. Appreciate it. Coach Goff poking his head in and cutting out quick.
He was trying to steal some scouting. He looked over at his boys over there sitting down, feeling comfy,
Oh, yeah,
Snapchatting and
Hey, relaxing.
shooting some b-ball outside of school.
And that's ball 4. So Robinson with the 2-out walk.
Did you get the reference, by the way?
What's that reference?
I gave you a little. Oh, geez, I forgot what I was talking about. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, no, I never did watch that show. I mean, I watched some of it, but it was just. I like Will Smith movies, but the show I never did care much for.
I was a fan of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Woohoo! Mason Klein.
And I even use one of the sayings that towards the end of that song that I use when somebody strikes out. I always say to the cabbie, "Yo home, smell you later." That's so many K's.
So what are we looking at here? We got some offensive guys doing some damage here. What are we looking at? Maybe possible players of the game right at the top. Chase Radicke. This guy is 3 for 4 at the top here, Mitch.
Yeah, for me, it's Jake Greer and Radke.
I got you. We got Coach Goff.
Almost got him.
And the other Radke, Carter, stabbing the ball out of. Oh no, that's Chase out there in center field, man. The Twins getting it done. Lauren, go hot here for Coach Goff. Right between innings, Coach Eric Goff, Fort Zumwalt West. Coach, how you doing?
Hey, another day, another dream, baby. Here we go. We're at the ballpark. It's a beautiful mid 70-degree day here at CarSheild. So we are blessed and thankful, my man.
You know, I want to just quickly give you ask you about the Como tournament's always a tough one. What'd you guys learn about your team there, Coach?
Well, you know what, we came out of there 2-2. But it was a really valuable experience for us. And that's, sure you want to go up there and win the dang thing, which we've done. You know, we've had a lot of success up there recently.
Sure.
Played really well up there. And, I thought overall we played well this weekend, but, Grain Valley in the semi, we gave up one big inning, made a couple mistakes, and then they came in and they hit, man. They're a club that can hit.
Team. Yeah.
They're a good ball club. And, that Platte County team, we had a good back-and-forth game with them. You know, I was proud of our guys because we were down 6-2 early and battled back and took the lead 8-6. And then, like good teams do, they fought back. And, we made a mistake late, and they made us pay. And then they snuck it away from us at the end. But that's a Final Four quality team right there. And
you ain't kidding.
And if they win the Class 5, I would not be surprised at all. So that was it was a good experience for us because that's what you want out of these kind of things is you want those tight games that are going to give you that tight game experience that you can learn from, build on, grow from, and be a little better prepared when you get in one of those spots when the big one comes around in district season here in about a month.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think Coach Sipe, I've seen Platte County a few times, saw him at the champion. He coaches a lot. They're a grinded kind of team, too.
Oh, yeah, they're a gritty group. Yeah. They work hard. They do the little things well. They play with a lot of confidence, a lot of belief, a little swagger that you got to have to be a successful ball club, and they get after it. So that was, even though it was a 2-2 weekend, it was a really good experience for us, and maybe we came out a little better, losing a couple games, and if we can learn those lessons from it, then we'll be better off.
I'm sorry.
You guys got a whole sign language thing going on.
It's the big guy.
No, it's not. I'm just making sure you got him in the game because he's hitting him from Callison.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Ken in English. Yeah, we got him, baby.
Just making sure
We
because
got
we
him,
never
bro.
got there. Just was hand signals going on. I
That's
wasn't throwing up gang signs or nothing.
You can see we're real professional up here.
Hey, this is hitting the back end of the G.A.C. Classic. You guys have been doing this for quite some time now. It might get a little loopy here in the nightcap.
I think
I'm telling you,
the
that's
7 o'clock
definitely.
games definitely get loopy. I wanted to add to that in your experience down in Columbia. It's also valuable experience because my assumption probably is going to be those are guys that are on the back end of that roster that are getting those experiences in that game, which only can help you out long term.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. When we go up there after, we played Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday here in town, and then we head up for 5 on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. By the time you get into Saturday, everybody's throwing all their arms. So gives those guys a chance to compete, show you what they got. And we were just talking about it coming back in town and getting over here was, it's going to help us figure out exactly who we are as we're heading into districts and kind of making the stretch push here with doing our best as a coaching staff to put guys in the right spots to put our best 9 on the field. So that's the goal, is put our guys in the best position we can to help them be successful and all on the same page playing together.
Cooper DeManuel at the plate. We got a courtesy runner for the pitcher, English. We're still waiting for today. We haven't seen a home run here since Brennan Gehring hit one out last week.
Well, we would love to supply a couple for you from our side of the dugout there. I'm not sure that'll happen, but we would love to excite you guys like that.
Well, you got some boys that can do it.
Oh, there's no doubt. Yeah, when we get swinging, we got a few guys that can get it out of the yard, which is nice. Nice to have the little bit of pop in the lineup. That we got some guys that can do some damage, and even if not hitting home runs, they're guys that can plug some gaps and really put some pressure on some guys offensively.
Some of the guys that you had in the past, I mean, you guys were really reliant on your pitching staff. Now I think that you have a well mixed team this year of both offense and defense.
Yeah, I think overall this is the most balanced team that we've had in a while. Go ahead and call that, Frenchie.
Drew Weiss bangs one to the wall for a one-out double. Sends Cooper DeManuel to third base. That ball was smoked for 6-3.
We are verifying some scores for you. What can we expect tonight, Coach Goff, from your group?
Well, we got BP piles up on the bump, and he's going to go pound the zone attack, and just what we preach every single day. Let's go out and win one pitch at a time, and no matter what the situation is, we're going to go compete our butts off and grind out at bats. We're going to try to, put some pressure on them offensively and see if we can't get a few mistakes out of them, and just try to keep the game simple, make the routine play, and let the scoreboard take care of itself.
I like that because when I saw Pyle was pitching, I haven't seen him pitch in the South yet, and I know it's a little different level. I know he throws hard and whatnot. I haven't seen him yet. I want to see him against some of the South competition.
Sure, absolutely. He's filled in as as a 1-1A kind of guy in the South. He's done a great job. He pounds the zone. Obviously, he's got a good velo. He does a great job mixing up pitches and really keeping guys off balance. So, any time that our top 2-3 guys, 4 guys go out for us, we feel like we're going to have a shot that day because they're going to compete and they're going to make guys earn everything they get, and they're going to give us a chance to win. So that's what we're expecting to see out of BP tonight.
You guys got a lot of personality on that team, a lot of good players. Who is kind of your dugout leader?
Well, it just depends on the day a little bit. It's that a lot of that falls on the POs. They like kind of take a lot of pride in that when you have 4 pitcher only kind of guys that like Alex Wheeler did a great job for us last night. He threw 7 1/3, threw 90-some pitches, and took us into the 8th and gave us that chance to win that ball game. Well, that guy's not going to pitch for another week now, so he's going to be in the middle of yucking it up with those guys and kind of being the spearhead of the energy and the focus. So. His pitcher-only buddies will help out in that charge, and we definitely got some guys that do a great job with keeping the energy up, and really it's just they all do a great job contributing to that.
I'm not going to lie, I didn't expect that answer. I expected maybe your who you would have thought, like your Aiden Ides or your Pyle or Sism, but I think that's their lead by example kind of guys where
we got some of those guys. Some of those guys, we got a good little mix of guys that lead by example, like Brant Deverman, leading off for us, plays left field some, plays second base some. He can play anywhere on the infield, the outfield. But he's a silent guy. He doesn't say hardly anything, but he just goes out and sets the tone by the way he works and the way he attacks the game, which is awesome. And then you got other guys that are more of the vocal guys.
Yeah.
Like the Carter Perry is a little bit more of that vocal leader kind of guy who steps up and a little bit more of the rah-rah and get guys going and fired up. And so we got a nice balance of those guys on and off the field.
It's tough when you start looking at, we start looking at districts. You guys are going to have, I think it's going to be a brutal district. You can sit and say Zumwalt West and Howell, but District 4, there's an even Zumwalt North. If you run into Cam Lohman,
good luck.
Right? We saw him yesterday, foul tipped into the glove, and that's out number 2. Oh my goodness! And then
everybody's got an arm,
right?
Yeah.
So you can't think about throwing off, can you, Coach?
Oh, you can't even consider it. Not in this district. No, you can't consider it because especially with single elimination baseball, there's nothing more brutal in sports than single elimination baseball because baseball is a cruel game sometimes, and a walk and an air and a duck fart, and you can be down 1-2-0 against an arm who has that day, and heck, you might hit 4, 5, 6 balls really hard, and they just might find gloves. Might be that wrong day at the wrong time, and if that happens, your season can end a little too quick.
Exactly.
So you can't ever take anything for granted when you get to that single elimination baseball district time.
we saw that last year with Troy.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and they threatened Howell. I think that game was 1-0 or
Yep.
something of that nature. And
Yeah, because Avon Weaver threw a heck of a good ball game against Hal.
Yeah, they beat us. They beat us 3-0 prior.
Yep.
We had 2 hits in the first inning, hit into a double play that ended the threat, and then Troy just did exactly what good ball clubs do. They pounded the zone and made the routine play, and we just couldn't get anything going.
Folks, Coach, we appreciate you stopping by, chatting it up with us.
Appreciate the heck out of what you guys do for high school baseball around here and across the state, and thanks for being here again. Thanks for having me.
Looking forward to the ball game, Coach.
Yep,
good luck,
thanks a
sir.
bunch.
Head coach of the Fort Zumwalt West Jaguars, Eric Goff. I'll tell you what, folks. We appreciate our sponsors, our partners. Indoor Infield at the Sports Barn there in Wentzville, Missouri at 1047 East Highway North. This is a fantastic 12,769 square feet of open turf, fully equipped with adjustable bases up to 90 feet, pitching mound, and protective screens. This space is perfect for teams, skill clinics, camps, and more. And they got some they got a couple clinics going on right here. You got a 8-week session. Well, that's infield school with Nick Beckman, head coach right over there. That's pretty good right there. Go check that out. You've got a catcher's academy with C.J. Schaefer coming up. That's starting in October. Both of these start in October. So check out the Sports Barn over in Wentzville, Missouri. Go to sportsbarn.org today.
CJ is a heck of a catching coach. A lot of people like what he's doing over there. That's a good hire for the Sports Barn. But I'm going to go back to it. One of my favorite things about the Sports Barn, I'm not sure if they still have them, but the urinal cakes with the cups. I'm going back, baby. I'm selling out on it. I'm not on the microphone. I didn't even have that on. I was so happy about talking about the urinal cakes at a facility.
Man. We're gonna have to check it out with Craddock.
Yeah, I should have asked him earlier because that was one of my favorite things when I first went in there. I got to pee all over the cup sign. Had nothing to do with baseball, but I could pee on it.
Oh my goodness! What are we? 9-3, 10-3. I kind of lost track. 9-3. Talking to the coaches.
I thought you were asking me my age. I was like, I'm probably like 8, 9 years old right about now.
And we got Jake Greer stepping to the plate in the bottom of the 7th inning here.
Looks like 9-3. I wanted to talk.
9-3.
Yeah, I wanted to add some scores real quick because
Go
we had
ahead.
a lot going on, and there's a lot that's happened over the last few innings around the area. Warrenton come back to tie that ball game 3-3 with Winfield. Seckman has come back and jumped up 8-7 on Festus. Festus has made some mistakes. St. Charles West, Holt, tied at 6.
Mercy.
Brady Kilker, 2 outs. Nice little single, scored a run to tie that ball game up. And Lafayette has come back to take a 4-3 lead on Lindbergh.
Oh, wow. Good stuff. There's some good baseball going on
There
today.
is, yeah. And I just seen an update that Rockwood Summit's back up 4-3 on Eureka.
Oh, my goodness. If Summit sweeps Eureka, wow. That'd be big.
Big. And Staley is up 4-0 on Liberty North.
Oh, my goodness. Nope, didn't get it all. Didn't get it all. Boy, he tried, though.
That's just missed.
Yep. That's out number 1. Easton Gain at the plate now. Gotta love the bat boy. Gotta love the bat boy. Line drive. Nice play.
Into the shift.
Nice play by the shortstop, Carter Radicke. One out away from sweeping Liberty is the Howell Central Spartans. Cannon English come in, pitched well.
Yeah, it's always going to come down to the simple
POGs.
things.
Gonna have to get him.
I'm probably going Radke. Radke, and Greer. I just like the way Greer plays the game of baseball. And that game gets out of hand if he doesn't make those plays at the dish. So for me, it's Greer. The way that he was able to handle the staff.
Sam Mueller was 3 for 4, RBI, 2 runs scored. I love that.
I'm a Radke.
Okay, we'll get them both. You go get Greer. I'll go get Radke. We'll be back with the nightcap of today's G.A.C. South Classic. Fort Zumwalt West and Troy Buchanan.